his statement, and now I would like to give the floor to His Excellency Ambassador Leonardo Bencini, permanent representative of Italy to the Conference of Disarmament. You have the floor, Ambassador.
Thank you, Chair. Italy aligns itself with the statement delivered by the European Union. I would like to add some remarks in my national capacity. Chair, Italy remains fully committed to effective multilateral action against the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and their means of delivery, which are a growing threat to international peace and security. Securing sensitive materials, especially from access by terrorist networks, and implementing effective export controls continue to be major challenges. These challenges point to the need for the universal and effective implementation of the Chemical Weapons Convention and the Biological Weapons Convention. We call upon all states that are not yet parties to ratify or accede to these conventions without delay and without conditions. Chair, nearly a year ago I had the privilege and honor to preside over the 9th Review Conference of the Biological Weapons Convention. In spite of the current tense international context, the conference agreed by consensus on a final document. In a statement, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, welcomed the adoption of the final document of the conference that offered, and I quote, a glimmer of hope in an overall bleak international security environment. We achieved three main goals. First, we broke the deadlock that had prevented all progress on the implementation of the BWC for over 20 years. We established a working group tasked with identifying, examining, and developing measures to strengthen the Convention. Second, we agreed on a clear roadmap for the entire 4-year review cycle and decided that no issue would be off the table, including that of verification and of a possible legally binding instrument in future. Third, we made progress on the institutionalization of the Convention by agreeing to develop two mechanisms, one on international cooperation and assistance under Article 10 and the other to review technological and scientific developments. We also agreed to strengthen the Implementation Support Unit. The positive outcome of the 9th BWC Review Conference proves that with commitment and dialogue from all sides, we can still achieve good results. We have been reassured by the way the working group has implemented its mandate so far and by the constructive engagement of many delegations, and look forward to the next meeting in December. Chair, Italy remains strongly committed to supporting the Chemical Weapons Convention and the work of the OPCW. We reaffirm the need to ensure full compliance with the CWC and the 1925 Geneva Protocol. The international community has a shared responsibility to enforce the prohibition of chemical weapons and support the international chemical non-proliferation regime, which is essential for international peace and security. We are deeply concerned by the repeated use of chemical weapons in recent years. We condemn in the strongest possible terms any use of chemical weapons anywhere at any time by anyone under any circumstances. It is imperative to identify and hold accountable the perpetrators of chemical attacks. We regret that Russia and Syria blocked adoption of a joint outcome document at the conclusion of the CWC Review Conference last May in The Hague because they objected to any mention of Syria's well-documented chemical weapons use. We firmly condemn the use of chemical weapons in Syria and in the Russian Federation. We urge once again Syria to take all measures to solve in full cooperation with the OPCW the pending issues and ensure full compliance with the Convention. We reiterate our call on the Russian Federation to put an end to its campaign of disinformation and spreading unsubstantiated and unfounded allegations against Ukraine and others regarding chemical or biological weapons. In this context, we also strongly defend the OPCW Technical Secretariat against baseless accusations and attacks on its integrity and credibility through deliberate campaigns of state-sponsored disinformation. Chair, Italy remains deeply concerned by the increasing risk of weapons of mass destruction falling into the hands of non-state actors, particularly terrorist networks. This is why we support the full implementation of the 1540 Security Council resolution, including by increasing national capacity in the implementation of non-proliferation measures. We also attach great importance to the UN Secretary General's mechanism, the only existing framework that provides for an investigation of alleged use of biological weapons, which worked successfully in the past. I thank you, Chair.
I thank the distinguished representative of Italy.